New York Jets back at home this week. Probably had Kendrick Lamar blasting on the plane ride home from Denver.
I got one game ball.
Now, though, they face a more daunting task: figure out a way to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, not something anyone has been able to figure out just yet.
Hurts firing end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Dallas Goedert.
This will be as good a test New York's defense will face, and they've already faced Patrick Mahomes and made him look very pedestrian-like. Can they do the same to Jalen Hurts?
Here's Hurts all day, loaded up, going deep. A.J. Brown has got it, and a big one down to the 40, and there's the explosive.
Eagles offense as balanced as it gets. Hurts comes in off his top dual threat type game. He ran the ball 15 times versus LA, over 70 yards and a TD.
He's got one man to beat, and he does! Oh, Jalen Hurts! Magic, splits defenders, and a first down.
Running back DeAndre Swift also gave him 70 yards last week. Eagles piled up almost 160 yards on the ground.
Breaks through! Swift has a first down and more. He's inside the 20.
Their run game sets up their pass game, so it would behoove New York to try and make them more one-dimensional. Gang Green will need to step up then. They haven't played runners great so far. 5.4 a run allowed to quarterbacks, gave up a lot of long runs to Patrick Mahomes a few weeks ago, gave up 7 yards per carry and 49 yards to Russell Wilson last week.
So Wilson will do it himself. Inside the 20, now to the 10, Russell at the 5, and down he goes.
They've allowed 4.2 a carry to running backs so far. Not terrible, not great. They let Jaleel McLaughlin break a 38-yarder week 5, 7.6 a carry allowed to him. They need to shore some things up this week.
It's a run to McLaughlin, who breaks free, down the sideline, great speed.
Hurts the passer, over 300 yards through the air versus LA, has thrown for 275 plus in 3 straight games.
Over the middle, A.J. Brown, turns around. First down, and then somebody's down to the 21.
Hurts did get picked off last week, held to a sub-90 rate, and he does have 4 INTs against just 6 TDs in 2023, so he hasn't been perfect. But his chemistry with A.J. Brown appears to be locked in. He's been at the heart of their aerial attack the last 3 weeks, 125 plus yards in 3 straight games.
Hurts, A.J. Brown, one-handed catch, beats his man, field goal range, Brown.
Can he do that against Sauce and his magic Buffalo friend? I assume Gardner can see him at all times and we can't, kind of like Calvin and Hobbes. Gardner versus Brown, that is saucy. Sure, Brown will try and escape him at times, but New York's DBs have held wide receivers as a whole to a sub-80 rate this season.
Williams throws on the run, and it's broken up. Sauce Gardner closed and got a hand on it.
They also have Devontae Smith to chase, only 6 yards last week, but has a couple 75-plus yard games under his belt, and New York has to play the tight end position well, as Dallas Goedert had his first big game of 2023 versus the Rams, over 110 yards and a score.
Quick throw, Goedert again involved with a seam. Goedert breaks the tackle, first down and more into Rams territory.
Jets have allowed a 108.9 rate to tight ends, 5 TDs allowed.
Wilson, wide open man, and it's a touchdown for Adam Troutman.
If New York's D can hold Philadelphia's offense in check to some degree, their offense still needs to do a little something. They did put up 31 points last week. 9 of those were the defense, though, and it was the Broncos, one of the loosest Ds in the land when it comes to giving it up in the end zone.
Wilson lost the football! Rolling towards the sideline, picked up by the Jets! It's Hall! And he goes! For now, it is a touchdown on the field.
If Zach Wilson and the Jets' passing attack was effective versus Philadelphia's secondary, it would be a surprise. Even in their win, Wilson had no TDs, a pick, and a sub-80 rate. Aside from their KC game, he's had a sub-83 rating every game, fewer than 200 yards passing in each.
Wilson looking down the field, and it is intercepted!
He's also up against a pass rush that doesn't need to blitz much, still pressures QBs over 40% of dropbacks. DT Jalen Carter, 2 sacks last week. Hassan Reddick with 2. He's now awake.
Pressure. Stafford taken down for the sack. Hassan Reddick gets home.
Wilson, meantime, sacked 4 times by the Broncos and has been bagged a minimum of 2 times per game.
Wilson trying to dance away, and he is sacked.
The more realistic way for New York to move the ball consistently, their ground game. Breece Hall finally got 20-plus carries, still hit another home run, 72-yarder.
Right up the middle, and there he goes. Breece Hall into Denver territory, and he's got a hole pass
added 100+ yards on top of that as well.
He just jumps around the defender into the next hole, gets vertical, almost comes through that tackle.
Again, though, Philadelphia's D ain't Denver's D. They've held running backs to a raw measly 3.1 a carry, only one team tougher to run on in 2023.
He's in deep trouble, breaks multiple tackles just to get back near the line of scrimmage that time.
Maybe Fireman Ed tweets out something about how Nick Sirianni thinks Wilson's shortcomings are all Nathaniel Hackett's fault. Why not go back to the well, right? You guys go back to the comments section and fill out how you think this game plays out. Also go back and sign up for NFL Plus so you can watch NFL games live, NFL RedZone, NFL Network, and more on mobile. Now we'll go back and get those scores we end these with. There they are.